Hey guys, just finished watching How I Met Your Mother, season 7, season 9, episode 7 actually. No questions asked. Now, this one definitely was an interesting episode, though from the start, I guess I give it a 7 out of 10 just because it was kind of funny. There were some funny scenes in there, but the episode had no core value. It was just basically a filler. There was no needed. It didn't advance. It didn't do anything. They didn't get anywhere in the wedding. They didn't get any closer to the wedding. I mean, how long are they gonna be there? They're at a hotel like what, weeks before almost some months maybe before the wedding. So like, when's the wedding? What date's the wedding at? So it's kind of weird to find out, to see how as it goes. But I guess we're going, week. Each episode is a day going by in their time, so it's definitely weird to see how long it's taking for this to go on. But so other than that, of this being basically a filler episode and not really needed to the overall story of the episode, I guess, like I said, I give it a 7 out of 10. But other than that, it was pretty good. What else is there? Yeah, there were some parts that were really funny, like in the trailer, like the parts where you saw those were all those were all parts that I knew that was gonna happen, but there were other parts that I didn't see coming at all. Like the part, if you follow me on my Instagram feed, you've seen that I posted some of the previews for last week for this episode. So there's parts like where Barney talked about, like no questions asked and all that. That was pretty cool, pretty interesting. But I think it would have been more interesting if they had at the end, when Marshall explained to Ted that doesn't have a no questions asked for Lily. He's never asked her. He's never said no questions asked to her because he's always been honest to them. I think they should have tried being it. Being it Robin and Barney's wedding. I should have told them. Should have said that to one of them instead of Ted. Since Ted has he has no one. He's not keeping. He has no one to keep secrets from. Whereas they have each other. They may or may not have secrets. Not that none that I know of, but still, it's just the idea of showing how they should have been to them, to really, to get them deep. You know what I mean? And to, they would never do no question asked to your spouse or something like that. It's just something he's never done. I think it would have been better if he did it to them instead of doing it, saying it to Ted. Or at least, it could have been on speakerphone and they could have just had like a moment where they lock eyes or something and they look and think about it, but other than that, it was quite interesting. That was one thing I thought could have benefited the episode a little bit. There was quite some funny laughs, especially with the scene with Robin. When her no questions asked, she was in the jumpsuit. Now I think it would have been funny if it was as close as possible as they could have to her suit in the Avengers, but like as close as they could have without getting yelled at by Marvel or approached by Marvel. I think that would have been pretty funny, especially if they had like some random symbol, but still it looked like she was supposed to be her shield costume. I think that would have been quite funny if they went with that. But this still looks pretty funny. It's still pretty funny at all. The super stuff and how she always has the gun and stuff like that. A favorite part is when in the episode is when she says, "Oh my God, I have my." He says, "I have released the doves," and she's like, well, "Yeah, what about my uncles? They're all going to be shooting some of the people at my wedding. They're all going to be shooting off guns. What about blanks? Really, blanks at a wedding?" I think that was the best part of it. As soon as she said guns, I just laughed so hard, especially when it's like, "Oh, there's one left." Poof, they fell. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for this episode. So it's quite funny, a little bit fun, a few funny parts, but not a really important episode to the story. If you want to just laugh, watch it. If you really just want to watch and see what's going on, you can afford to skip this one. Nothing important at all happens between Ted and the girl and the mother, or anything like that. That's really a need to see episode. It's not an episode that I would, oh, I want to see this episode where this happens or that happens. This nothing in here would make me ever go back and watch this episode, unless I would just happen to be rewatching the entire series, something like that. Yeah, there's no real need to see at all in this episode. So yeah, again, 7 out of 10. Yeah, till next week. Peace out. Or tomorrow with Shield.